still say it, and I'm saying it. How many of the commissioners, how many of our ministers, their children attend schools in Nigeria? Commissioner of each state, do their children go to the public school that the government is running? No, they attend private school because they can't get the best for them there. My name is Bishop John Akin Oyejola of Osogbo Diocese.
Your position at CBC?
I was the youth chairperson for Nigeria until last February, when I became the coordinator for the Pontifical Missionary Society, PMS.
My Lord, you are welcome to this program called Take Notes. Yes, what is the church doing in addressing parental failure?
Number one, the church is doing all it can by calling the failure of the parents, calling the attention of the parents to their own failure to carry out their mission, their primary assignments.
What are these primary assignments?
And you have to know that training of children is not just work of the parents. School too has a lot to do with that. The community has a lot to do with that. So you should know that in our community, so the same thing, but the foundation is laid by the parents. And the first way that the parents are supposed to show the foundation is their way of life, the way they live their lives. The father, the mother, even those who are around them, their practical way of life. When they wake up, do they pray? When things go wrong, how do they solve it? When other person is cheated, how do they solve it? All this is a kind of upbringing of the children. That, okay, this is the way we do it. We do it in our family. We don't tell lies. We don't take people's property. And if anybody cheats other person, my mother or my father corrects. We correct the person to get it done right now, or try to get justice for the person. So all this, they are minute, but very, very important, because it builds up that personality of the person. How to do justice, how to be truthful, how to be honest, how to do things rightly. It brings the personality up, the way you are brought up. So parents are now very busy. At times too, there are things militating against the parents. They have to fend for their children. Things are not that easy for them. They need to look for money to feed them, to pay their school fees, to do this, to do that. At times, single parents too. Only one person taking care of the kids. So it's not so easy. So it's a challenging situation. And government make it very worse too by not giving them support. The economy is very, very, very bad. Very, very, very bad. And again, look at school. That is another place where they could get values, moral values, not just intellectual acumen, but moral values. They don't get it there. I still say it, and I'm saying it. How many of the commissioners, how many of our ministers, their children attend schools in Nigeria? Commissioner of each state, do their children go to the public school that the government is running? No, they attend private school because they can't get the best for them there. Academically, it's poor. Morally, it's poor. No value. So basically, it's not just the parent thing. Government, I'm not putting everything on government, but if government plays their role, others will follow. But government is not playing their roles. And let me digress. You ask me to pay tax. Paying tax for what? I don't have electricity. There's no government water flowing to my house. The roads are bad. I have to get my own guard to protect me from armed robber or any gangs, then what am I paying tax for? Government exists to help people to do what they cannot do for themselves. That is the purpose of government. So that like the road, we can't do it for ourselves. But now everybody's having, even water, everybody's having their own boreholes. And that is going to have a serious problem for the state in later on, the long run, because that might lead to earthquake. Everywhere they are making holes. So these are issues. Look at the fumes of our generators. It's already giving people cancer of the lungs. So all these they all have their own negative impact. So if government plays its own role, I believe many people will try to do to play their own roles too, but you want people to pay their tax, but you don't provide what necessities, basic necessity for the people. So the church cannot do anything much except preaching to the people in the church, on the pulpit, begging them, organizing them. We organize them for talk. And don't forget, Catholic Church always talk and we always give out the best. But we can't force anybody. And all we can do is our own area. So even in our own area too, we are trying to make things available for young people, to empower them, to train them so that they can get a kind of livelihood, decent livelihood, to live a decent life. And again, like you ask a good question, other things that we do right now is we are looking at the future parents.
Future parents?
Yes, because those who are there right now, we can't do much about them. So by thinking about the future parents, we are now trying to see how we can form our young people now who are going to take up the responsibility of parenthood in the very near future. So we prepare them morally, spiritually, physically, encouraging them to do the right thing, to be responsible when they know that they can take responsibility. So we are really preparing those young people for future, to become future family members and parents.
I know the trending news in Nigeria today is the demise of Mohbad, Aloba Imole Ileoluwa. So people are shouting justice for Mohbad, but we are not addressing the issues of gangsterism, cultism, and drug abuse.
It's a pity that is happening too. Number one, I have to say this: life is precious. For Catholic Church, even life of a day-old child is very, very precious. We can't lose any human life anyhow. What happened to him, we are not so sure. How it happened, we are not so sure. We are only hearing that he was being beaten, he was being maltreated by a gang or by that or that. We don't have the real facts in our hands. And we got to, according to what I read and I heard, that even those who are authorities that are going to do investigation, they themselves are involved. So if they are involved, how would they bring out the truth and justice come out? But again, too, like you said, we've got to go down underneath. What went wrong? What went wrong? People who are fighting justice, what kind of justice are they looking for? There are a lot of people that have died too. Recently, about 2 weeks ago, one of our seminarians was burnt alive for no reason. Is his life less than Mohbad? Mohbad one is because he has a fame. He's famous for music, and those who are in love with his music, they are the ones that get hurt and this and that. I'm not saying they should not ask for justice, but let's go to look at it. What exactly caused this problem? What led to it? I'm sorry to say, many of them are involved in drug, sex, and they want to do everything to have power to become famous. So, all these are their values. Why? Why do they want to use drugs? What is the purpose of God giving us sex? For a particular purpose. Everything has its own reason. If you want power, follow the right track. Follow it the way it's supposed to be. I'm not trying to judge anybody, but I'm just trying to let people see things in a very clear sense. Everything that for Nigerians now, so far it brings money, finish. A mother came asking a priest to give her a loan, and the priest was asking, what do you want to use the money for? I want to buy a computer. For who? For my son. Oh, your son, what does he do? He wants to be doing Yahoo Yahoo. And father said, do you know the business? He said, yes, that is what his mates are doing. Let him go and join them too. Is that the value? That is the truth. So many of us, we know that these things, some of those things that these guys are doing are wrong. Do we condemn it? Do we help them to see? Many of them, I've seen many of them, even when they are seen, they are holding bottle of whiskey, brandy, drinking like water. That is another drug itself. You don't abuse alcohol. Alcohol kind of thing is just to drink a little bit for pleasure, for entertainment, but it has become kind of lifestyle for them. On stage, they carry a whole bottle of whiskey, 48-49% alcohol. His liver is already destroying his liver, his kidney, and he's drinking it like water. The video, I used to see the video drinking it like that now, and some others. Is it not true? So, I'm sorry that he died so soon, 27-year-old man. I commiserate with his parents, father and mother. May the Lord forgive his sins and grant him eternity. But I'm begging us, let us see how we can do, what we can do to help our young people, particularly in the entertainment industry, to stop misusing things like drugs, involving sex, alcohol, all those things. They are not good for you. They are not.
Unemployment among youths, how do we tackle it?
Again, that is part of it too. The major issue, like I was discussing with somebody yesterday about education. Because somebody was talking about education is important for the country to grow, and I said, yes, I agree with you, but not in Nigeria. Education is not important in Nigeria. Why? I will tell you now. Those who are well educated, where are they now in Nigeria? Even those who are ruling us, do they have certificates? Do they have certificates? If they have certificate, let them tell us where certificate is. It's very easy. Ask me now. I just say, go to those schools and check. And I will tell my school, release my certificate for them to see. Because I have certificate. I went to school. If those who are ruling us, who are leading us, didn't go to school, what are you telling us that are educated? And they can't get jobs. That is the reason why, where education is important, our own with certificate go there to get jobs. And they are working for them because education is important there. And we train them here, they go there to go and use certificate there. Here it's not important. If it is, we should get job for them. They should be in very good positions in Nigeria, but they couldn't get any.
The way forward.
Way forward. And of you should do the justice. It affects everybody. When they ask to go and vote, go out and vote and stand by your vote. You said this thing, femoni. Even if they want to steal it, stand by it. If they want to kill, let them kill you. Your children will now stand up in the future that we are not going to take this. Many of you don't want to die. We continue to live that way. Stand by your vote. Insist. If they want to kill, let them kill you and then rule over you that you are dead. There's no other way. Look at everything in Nigeria. And you come back to us. Very soon now, go and check. Many people are in my door, they want to come back for money. I see that. I told them I don't have any central bank back of my house to make money. I only give from what they give me. They think we are the one. We do it. We do our own. We tell the truth. We pray. But you don't cooperate with that. When you say, hey, this, but you don't do the right thing. You don't do the right thing and you want the result to be good. It can't be good. He can't. So way forward is to be disciplined everybody. Because I'm looking at it. Tell me, even those who are earning 100,000, 200,000. Anyway, if you're earning 100,000 in a month, you're only earning $100. And $100 cannot carry you anywhere. 100,000 cannot be enough for you to eat and your family. Let's face it. So how will you not go? How will you not steal? How will you not do embezzlement? Because the money you need is not there. And you saw those who are at the top living extravagantly. What will you do? So what is the way forward? Go and talk to your government to change their lifestyle, their taste and everything. And you cannot just talk to them. You force them to do it.
But at times the clergy also support these people at the end of.
Who are the clergy? You have to distinct. You have to separate who are the clergy. Who are the clergy that are supporting lies, standing for lies? That is the point. When they were campaigning, all those who went to call bishop, they were not clergy. They were hired laborers who put on clergy dress to go and stand for them. And of course, you have some so-called clergy who are not clergy. They chose themselves to be clergy. Anybody in Nigeria can call himself clergy. So far he has money to buy a microphone and everything, he becomes clergy. So you should ask, who appointed him to be clergy? You know who appoints me. I didn't choose myself to be a clergy. I was ordained. I went to school for it for almost 12 years before I was ordained. And after I was ordained, I served under some people who are training me. So I didn't just choose myself. Many of these people wonder who ordained them. Where did they go for school or for education? Who trained them? And then when were they ordained? So ask questions about it. So don't say clergy. When you are saying clergy, clarify it that some clergy in some area ahead too. Don't say clergy.
Thank you, madam. Your name again?
My name is John Akin Oyejola, Osogbo Diocese.